Cloudy in the west, it looks like rain. My eyes are black holes, and I'm burning away. You slaughtered your loving man, killed him in his sleep, and the bloody crown of your murder simply stains the sheets. You're a ghost on the highway, your gesture's meaningless. You're lost to the living man, traded souls to the end. You thought winning as a woman meant failing as a friend. It is not an art statement to drown a few passionate men. You made yourself a diamond to blind young men's eyes. You claim because they want to shine, they deserve to walk the line. You're a ghost on the highway, your gesture's meaningless. You're lost forever to the living man, trading souls to the end. Oh. Yes, I'd give you my love, so my soul would not starve. But if you never move the honest rock of what you really are, a ghost on the highway, you're not strong and meaningless. And I hate you, but I love you, and I'll carry that to the end. If I ever lie with you again, I pray I do not sleep. If I ever close my eyes again, I realize what you are to me. You are simply a liar, an animal who bluffs and steals until you become a bigger creature's meal. Like a ghost on the highway, you're trash and meaningless. I hate you, but I love you, and I'll carry that to the end. Like a ghost on the highway, like a ghost on the highway, I'm lost on the highway, you're lost on the highway.
All right, greetings. You've been listening to The Kool Kitchen on Radio 23, ErrorFM, and Rock XS Radio. And I'm Ola. And actually, tonight I'm not picking a single song because I have a guest DJ with me here. And I'd like to introduce him. This is Gregg Foreman. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well. Just relaxing here in Los Angeles. So you have me beamed in via satellite.
That's right. We're doing this. I'm in London. He's in LA. It's a transatlantic kind of thing. And let's introduce all the bands that you've been in. You've one of the main bands you were in was the one that put you in the limelight was Delta 72.
Mm-hmm.
And you are currently in Cat Power.
That's correct. I'm the musical director now.
Yeah, I saw that. She made you a musical director. I thought that's cool. Well, I heard that the latest album was really like the best ever. And I just can't help but think that you might have had something to do with that.
Well, I think one of the reasons I'm still doing it is because I have some of it's a little electronic and I have like experience with that kind of influence as a kid, being into stuff like factory records and mute records and Suicide and stuff like that. So I think I had a knowledge of electronic music. So I guess that helped,
Yeah, plus you're like an awesome musician, so that probably might have something to do with it. But there's still a list of bands I've got to get through. Are you currently in Pink Mountaintops? Yeah.
I am still. Yeah, we're putting a band together actually with I believe Dan, the drummer of the Brian Jonestown Massacre, myself, Steve McBean, who's the founder of Pink Mountaintops and Black Mountain, and perhaps Steve Killey of Dead Meadow, but that remains to be seen. We haven't picked a bass player yet, so we have some stuff we're going to be working on coming up.
Okay, and you're also in the Meek still?
Yeah, the Meek, sure, yeah.
And then you're also in Black Rider?
I'm in Black Rider when our schedules meet up. Right. Like they just played recently, and I wasn't able to play with them because I was on tour with Cat Power.
Okay, so is there any other sneaky bands? You just joined something else recently that I don't know about, or any other bands?
I have my own thing that I've been calling Rare Birds for a little while, but I haven't had any time to really get to it. Unfortunately, I have like about 50 songs already recorded, but I haven't had any time to actually put a band together.
Let's talk about the tracks that you played, and also let's talk about the beginning with Delta 72 as well, because I'm kind of interviewing you and the music. Would you like to tell me about the first track that you picked and why?
Ghost on the Highway by the Gun Club.
That's right, yeah.
When I was a young man, I used to just scour. It was kind of pre-internet. I was born in 72. I'm 40. So when I was doing most of my digging as a kid, there was no internet. So you just had to hear about stuff. And somebody turned me on to a record called Fire of Love, which was the Gun Club. And it featured, the main guys, Jeffrey Lee Pierce, some members of the band later would be like Kid Congo, who played with Nick Cave and the Cramps, and also Patricia Morrison, who played with the Sisters of Mercy. But they're a Los Angeles band. And what I like about them is they're like a punk band, but they have blues influence, stuff like Robert Johnson and stuff like that. And actually, Kid Congo Powers played on a track on Fire of Love, but I chose Ghost on the Highway because it's just one of the ones that moved me when I was a young man, and I still love it to this day.
So, it is. It's like punk. It's like you said, it's got blues. And I've got a book here in front of me, which you're in. That, Delta 72 is in my little book here. And you're described as a sound that blended 60s style British invasion R&B with punk rock sensibilities. When I think of the Gun Club and I think of Delta 72, I definitely feel that you're kind of channeling that a bit. You know?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, I was inspired by, really, when that band started, I was inspired by the Birthday Party, which was Nick Cave and Roland S. Howard, and I was inspired by the Gun Club and you know, stuff like Pussy Galore and the Cramps and, you know, all that kind of, and the Scientists, like all that Swampland stuff.
But the thing is, you guys, like, yeah, you...
And Booker T and the MGs, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can definitely hear all that, but the thing is, with your live shows for Delta 72, my God, man, how the hell did you... There's just pictures of you, like, just jettisoning into space and hanging from the ceiling. And, I mean, like, you put on a fucking show, man. You know?
Here.
You know, is that just... You don't seem real shy on the stage. Did that come naturally? Did you just go, I got soul and it's got to come out? You know?
I think when I was a young man, you know, as well, I was like, first as a teen, I was into the stuff at the time, which was like post-punk and stuff like the Cure and Jesus and Mary Chain, but like when I got a little older, I kind of got into the whole mod thing, you know, like a 60s thing, and a lot of the performers were aping sort of like black soul artists, you know, and including the Rolling Stones. And, you know, like I always just wanted to be Tina Turner from the Ike and Tina Turner review. So like,
I love it.
They're not shy. They're not shy performers, you know?
No, but I love the fact that you're a man and you're like, I just want to be Tina Turner.
I do.
That's fantastic. No, but she, you know, she's amazing. Some of the stuff she'd do with a microphone. Lord.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was never lucky enough to see you. I went and looked at the Trocadero performance, and that was later. That was like what, 2000 something. You know, the one that they videoed of you in Philly. I think it was in Philly.
Right. That was actually, we played with Jello Biafra that night. Like, he sang with the Delta 72.
Oh, did he? Fuck, that's cool.
We did, actually, we just played some Dead Kennedy stuff with him, but like, he was a fan too, so it was for the anti-Republican convention, because they were holding it in Philly that year, I think.
So you put a little politics in your music, do you?
Well, I would say more like socio-political. I mean, without sounding pretentious, like, you know, I mean, music, you know, it for me is just designed to make you feel, you know, and people can use that as with a vehicle for like some political kind of thing, but with us it was more about the energy and the sound, you know. You know, the artists I grew up listening to, you know, touched on political stuff, you know, whether it was Gang of Four or Fugazi, but like stuff that really moved me when I was younger was like, you know, Leonard Cohen and Birthday Party, and, you know, there wasn't a lot of political stuff, you know. I mean, maybe with Gang of Four and some of that kind of stuff for sure, but there is a lot of political stuff in punk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next question.
Let's move on to the second track you played. It's the Chills song.
Yes. Yeah. It's that song is called Pink Frost. Yeah. And that song is about like drug overdose.
Is it?
Yeah, like it's just about someone who ODs. You know, I only know, you know, kind of the feeling of it, but it's like stumbling on, your friend who ODs, but again, the sound of that is more my, what it's about for me.
Yeah. Do you think the sound actually also reflects ODing?
I don't know. It has like, kind of like a blissful, dark feeling.
Delta 72 finished in the 2000s.
Right.
What year did you guys finish? I wanted to ask you what year you finished and why.
We finished in 2001. I think we had taken it pretty far for us. Like, we were already had traveled, put out a bunch of records, played with a bunch of cool bands. But I was just starting to get into some drugs and stuff like that, and it doesn't make for a good atmosphere, So I needed to work my way through that world and figure out my way through that kind of path, until I got out of it,
Because you were there before the White Stripes, man. They were opening for you.
That's true.
You released an album 2 years before they did. We know the story that you got into drugs and you fell into that, and that kind of took you away from wherever you're going to go with
music for a good year, a couple of years, for 5 or 6 years.
So I want to ask you something. I spoke to Anton about this too, because I don't know many people who've been down the same path as you, but it's like he said it was really easy, to get, to become a junkie. What I'm trying to say here is, and I asked him the same question. What something must have changed. Something must have happened that made you get, realize you're in a dark place. And I was just wondering, in a general way, what was there something like that for you? Was there a moment where you're like, something that happened and changed?
A lot. It was like, it wasn't good. It wasn't good times. The party ended pretty quick right after you get into that kind of world. But I think the law helped me.
The law? Yeah. The law? How did the law help you? I'm intrigued.
They kind of gave me an option of going to jail or going to rehab, so okay. I chose rehab.
Okay. Because you said you've had slips. It's not like it's not always been a straightforward path. But was that rehab really how long, did you go away for a month or something and just...
I went away for 3 months.
What I find, I've spoken to a few people who've been in your position, who've gone through that, it's like they find something afterwards to, I don't know, some people find religion,
right.
They become born-again Christians or whatever. And in your case, I think you found meditation?
Yeah, there was a guy who turned me on to, meditation, and, I do other kind of things that, there's fellowships that I belong to that kind of help with that.
I mean, I know, meditation, anything else? I know you make crystals, that helps.
Yeah, I took Reiki. I'm interested in spirituality in many forms, because I tried to change my life on my own, and I wasn't able to. So I needed something that was bigger than human power. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like a girlfriend or a wife or a psychiatrist or a pill or like a quick fix. It's going to be something that's can solve all my problems. It's not just that's what makes it a higher power. Yeah,
you're not looking to somebody else, but you are kind of looking through yourself to find.
Yeah, within, and what it's like my own conception. So what might be good for me is not going to might not be good for you.
When you look for your center, it's a subjective experience. that what I'm understanding? You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it's your path to finding you.
Exactly.
If you had something to say to people about your experience, like somebody who might be going through this, or something that you learned that gave you strength, or some sort of positive thing to relay to anyone who's gone through this kind of thing or is going through this kind of thing, you know, what would you say?
I would say, you know, like there's a solution. You just have to want it. You know, many people need it, but you have to. It's something you need to seek and have a desire for. You know, like there's plenty of people I know who could use it, but they have to actually seek it. You know, I think, you know, you have to have help, but you have to have basically an honesty, an open-mindedness, and a willingness to change. You can't help it. You can't save anyone. They have to have a desire to. You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Of course you need help, but if the will is not there, the flesh won't follow.
Something like that, yeah.
We're gonna go into just discussing the next track, and this is a new band. Lust for Youth, that one?
Right. I know that they're on a label called Sacred Bones. This band Lust for Youth, been produced by like a Swedish guy. Mm-hmm. I believe they might be from Sweden, but it kind of like harkens to like Throbbing Gristle and Cabaret Voltaire. It also might remind some people of, you know, bands like Cold Cave. I don't know, I just like them. I heard them in a record store called Repo Records in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. I was into it. I like all kinds of music. The song I chose from Lust for Youth was, I think, Champagne, maybe?
Yeah, Champagne.
I can't remember, yeah.
Okay, all right. This is Champagne.
meow 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 DJ Ola. Meow 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 Kool Kitchen. Meow 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 Radio 23. ErrorFM. Rock Access Radio.
Cheree. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I love you. Oh, Cheree. My comic book fantasy. I love you. Oh, baby. Cheree. Shadow, baby. Oh, I love you. Come and play with me. Oh, baby. Oh, I love you. Love you. Cheree. Cheree. Oh, my black leather baby. Oh, I love you. Yeah. Oh, I love you. Oh, I want you. Yeah. Oh, I want you. Chinatown, baby. Oh, yeah. I want you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want you. Oh.
Okay, we're back. I'd just like to mention my partner in crime, Ambient Airwaves. Now, these guys promote shoegaze, psych, drone, space, noise, rock, and all sorts of stuff like that. And they have a Last.fm, YouTube, Pandora, and Facebook. And if you really like those kind of sounds, like I do, you can check them out. Just Google Ambient Airwaves and pick your favorite site. Now, I'm going to go back to my awesome guest. Greg, what was that last track we were listening to? It was a question mark in the Mysterions. And if you want to elaborate on the title and what was going on and why you picked it.
Yeah, man. Ali from the Meek turned me on to it, and it was it's actually one of my favorite songs by Suicide. They wrote it. It's called Cheree, and when Question Mark and the Mysterions got back together, they reformed. They covered it on on a single or something, and they did a great job with it. Because to me, some of the most classic songs of all time are like 96 Tears and Sleepwalk and, Cheree and Crimson and Clover and Be My Baby and this cover that they do is it's interesting because Suicide once covered 96 Tears. Okay. So I think in a way maybe it was their way of
it's like a homage?
Maybe like returning the favor,
That's cool. I didn't know that they did that. 96 Tears is fucking classic, man. and so
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of why it speaks to you from those different levels.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a song that I've known so well for a number of years and puts the question mark twist on it, and they make it more of a straight kind of instead of like this kind of samba salsa kind of beat with a drum machine. They use a straight kind of 4/4 rhythm that's more like in the vein of what they do, or like a little more, Jesus and Mary Chaney, a little more primal, and straightens the song out, but it keeps all of the energy intact. I mean, I really, really think it's an amazing cover. So few times do I think like a cover is as good as the original, and I'm not saying that this is that case. It's just different. And I think they did something interesting with the song, which I like quite a bit. So
I wholeheartedly agree with you, because very often, like when people do a cover, it's like bad karaoke, and it's kind of like, don't touch it unless don't try and imitate it. I think it's actually more interesting. The best covers are where they just decide to go somewhere totally different with it.
Exactly.
I feel like there should be a law against that or something.
There's certain bands you should never cover. I would say Suicide might be one of them, but they did a really good job. I mean, if a band that you've covered, like a classic band, covers you, you can probably cover one of their songs. Like if Nick Cave covered Leonard Cohen could cover Nick Cave. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, you've given me the etiquette of covering classic bands.
Yeah, I mean, but like, no one should really cover certain bands.
Okay, so speaking of covers, we got the next song that's up is actually a cover as well, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's the Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood song.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. There's something about Lee Hazelwood and Nancy. I mean, I've met Nancy on a couple occasions. She's
You met Nancy? What?
Well, our in the Cat Power band, one of our former bass player guys was he's married to A.J. Lambert, who's Nancy's daughter. It's Nancy's daughter. He's Nancy's daughter. So she came to our show at the Hollywood Bowl with Nick Cave, and it was exciting, because I'm such a big fan of Lee Hazelwood and Nancy together, and
Nick
and
Cave,
that
so
record.
You must have been like, yeah, that's awesome, mate.
Yeah, I mean, so that is from the 1968 record called Nancy and Lee. That has some great songs on it. Summer Wine.
Yes, I love Summer Wine.
Some Velvet Morning, which is like the classic.
It is. It's like the lyrics on that one, mate. So, was it Some Velvet Morning is it like, oh, open up your gate?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like, because they couldn't be explicit at the time. It was all innuendo.
Like Gainsbourg, very similar.
Yes, exactly. Like the one with the lollipop. What are you sucking on? The lollipop?
Yeah.
Back to the Lee Hazelwood thing. Those kind of lyrics, those kind of. Go on, give me some good spiel about Lee. I mean, Lee is awesome.
I mean, what do you want to know about Lee? He's, just a fascinating character. He did work with Duane Eddy and Nancy, and his music was known as like saccharine underground.
What do you mean by what is saccharine underground?
I mean, that's just what they called it, I guess, because it's like dark,
but sweet.
Pop music.
Yeah. Like sinister. He does have with her. She's like this innocent angel, and he's this like dark cowboy.
Yeah, I mean he got his start as a DJ.
Did he?
And yeah, and he was a songwriter and a producer, and he produced stuff like Peter Gunn and Rebel Rouser by Duane Eddy, and then he. Once he started working with Nancy, he had hits with all that, and he was a producer too. And then later, many people that we all love, like, Nick Cave and Neubauten and Primal Scream and all, and those types of people cite Lee as a big influence,
What is your appeal to him? What really, I mean, besides who he's worked with?
Really, it's the arrangements. It's the lush strings, the kind of Western vibe. It's kind of the darkness that, in a way, he reminds me of Gainsbourg or Scott Walker, in the sense that it's this orchestrated darkness. It's just a feeling,
That's a great phrase. Orchestrated darkness. I like that. Yeah, I agree. I'm attracted to his deep cowboy vocals.
Yeah, he's just got his own thing that's extremely powerful to me, and inspirational, as well.
Do you think you like kind of borrowed a little, maybe for your own vocals? Yeah.
I wouldn't say in the past, maybe less, but I think, somewhere in there's always that kind of inspiration. I can't or sing like Lee, but, I definitely feel like the songwriting I've been doing lately is inspired by stuff like that. And I mean, I like so many different kinds of music, so many different bands, so many different songwriters, and I'm all over the board, from Jamaican dub to like a guy playing, field music,
Wait, you've been in all these bands and stuff, but is it actually true that the first band you played for, you played sax for a ska band?
No, I was never in a ska band, and I don't play sax. I don't think you heard that.
I did some research, and apparently somebody said that you had your first band was, I believe it was a ska band that you played sax for.
No, my first band was called Synthetic Movement, and we played all synthesizers and had a drum machine. We played the 10th grade talent show, which I think must have been in 86 or 87, and we played Bizarre Love Triangle by New Order.
Oh, how old were you when you started playing? And why did you start playing?
I was 12, and that was probably I saw Purple Rain in the Start Me Up video by the Stones,
Yeah. I read in an interview that you used to play the piano really loud to piss off your mom's boyfriends.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny you heard that. Yeah, that is true. I used to play like trying to mimic Jerry Lee Lewis. Just be like, like just to fuck with them. But actually, that ska thing, that's really weird, because I actually think ska music, not the early Jamaican stuff, but like anything after that, is kind of evil. Like I hate white ska. I mean, the two-tone stuff was
like
pushing
the
it, but
Specials or like Madness?
I mean, I like the Specials to a degree,
or
but
like...
not to the point where I'd ever want to play like that kind of music. it's a little comical to me. I'm not into like comical music, you know.
If you would like to just introduce the track by Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood.
Yeah, this is You've Lost That Loving Feeling from the record Nancy and Lee by Lee Hazelwood and Nancy Sinatra from 1968.
Anymore when I kiss those lips. There's no tenderness like before in your fingertips.
You're trying hard not to show it,
baby.
But baby,
baby,
oh baby, I know it. You've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone. Gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's no welcome look in your eyes when I reach for you. Girl, you're starting to criticize little things I do.
It makes me just feel like crying.
Baby,
'Cause baby, something beautiful's dying. You've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Somador psicopneumático. O analfomegabetismo. Somador psicopneumático, que também significa que eu não sei de nada sobre a morte, que também significa tanto faz no sul como no norte, justamente, que também
pneumático, pneumático. O analfomega, betistismo. Somato, psicopneumático. Que também significa que eu não sei de nada sobre a morte, justamente. Que também significa tanto faz no sul como no norte. Que também significa que Deus é quem decide a minha sorte. O analfomega betis somador psicopneumático. O analfomega betismo somador psicopneumático. Que também significa que eu não sei de nada sobre a morte. Que também significa tanto faz no sul como no norte. Que também significa Deus é quem decide a minha sorte. O analfomega betismo somato psicopneumático. O analfomega betismo somato psicopneumático. Que também significa que eu não sei de nada sobre a morte. Morte. Que também significa tanto faz no sul como no norte. Que também significa Deus é quem decide a minha sorte. Que também significa Deus é quem decide a minha sorte.
Soul Shenanigans, every Thursday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 to 10 p.m. GMT, on Radio 23.
I don't want to see you, but your ground is gonna be up down there.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I say the camel walk is easy to do. You know the camel walk
Okay, we are back, and now I would like to plug another partner in crime before I get back to my guest. Northern Light Records. These guys are a label in Vancouver, Canada. Okay, and they bring you psych music from all over the world. And if you like to explore the mirrors of your mind, I recommend you visit their Facebook or the website, and that's at northernlightrecords.com, and the Facebook's the same. Okay, back to my guest, the marvelous Gregg Foreman. A couple of tracks to introduce that you've chosen. So if you, I think you want to discuss it was Brazilian? The track?
Yeah, Caetano Veloso, the song's called Alfomega, from his 1969 self-titled album. And, he was, it was considered to be one of his best, and it represents sort of the Tropicalia sound, which was like a Brazilian movement that kind of crossed theater, poetry, music. It kind of combined African rhythms, Brazilian music, rock and roll, psychedelia. One of the more notable groups was Os Mutantes.
What's the draw to this?
It is the energy, the vibe of the music. I think it is that kind of cross of the African rhythms, and I really love Tropicalia music and stuff like Jorge Ben and Os Mutantes and Novos Baianos. I spent some time in Brazil and really was inspired by some of this music.
I know you went on tour in Brazil with Cat Power, but did you actually go as a tourist as well?
I mean, during those many visits, I spent some time on my own, just researching the music and listening to the music. And there's a great band from there that I love called Garotas Suecas, and they're kids, and they're younger than me, and they turned me on to a lot of this music, which has some basis in African music and soul and funk, psychedelia, all the stuff I like. So when you put it all together, it just is all good,
I've never been to Brazil. I've traveled a lot, but I haven't really done South America. So what is your impression of Brazil? I'm actually kind of a little curious.
I mean, it's a really great and warm, not climate-wise, but like that too, but like there's a warmth from the people, and there's it's just like any city, you know, there's wealthy people, there's very poor people, it crosses the board. I think the Tropicalia scene came out of like a period of revolt.
Oh, really?
The government, you know, was trying to kind of keep the artists from
Expressing dissatisfaction?
expressing themselves. Yeah, I think they just, you know, it was a time of, you know, much like the 60s in America, you know, it was like...
There was a social political upheaval.
Yeah, and the youth just wanted to express itself different than the generation before, much like any generation, you know, and so they did this with a more freer, open energy as opposed to like the 50s, you know, so they had more theatrical poetry and all sorts of that kind of stuff. So it's kind of interesting. And, you know, Caetano Veloso was sort of one of the spearheads of the Tropicalia movement, you know?
Yeah, I like the way you use spearhead. I just had a picture of him with a spear for a head.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple people that I think head that movement, and I think, you know, Tom Zay, Caetano, Os Mutantes, Novos Baianos, Gal Costa. I mean, it goes on and on. Georgia Ben, Tim Maya. You know, there's so many great artists, and that's just a really cool movement.
It's like a very vibrant time period, and I'm really fascinated by music that is non-Anglo-centric. Because
Yeah.
I am. I love finding a song that isn't in English.
Well, I mean, they did have American rock and roll influence, but, you know, that comes from blues, and, you know, you can trace it down back to black music, of course, you know.
I mean, yeah, the influences, you know, that kind of, but I love hearing things in foreign tongues.
That's what I've heard about you. Whoa. That's what the blogs are saying.
What blogs have you been reading?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, sounds like I'm being possessed by the Holy Spirit or something.
Oh, yeah.
Lord, them foreign tongues are above me.
Oh, well, now you're taking it somewhere else now.
Well, let's get into something that I think is really cute. You actually coined your own phrase for what you like. You're a mothadelic.
Oh, that's right. Well, I kind of came up with the moth thing, you know, because Ringo in the 60s said he was a mocker, which is a mod and a rocker. Mm. But I said I was a moth, which is mod and gothic. And then Tamron, who's a singer, you know, she's got a really great record this year called Tender New Signs. I love her music. And she was like, said that I'm mothadelic, you know? So you throw the psychedelic thing in there too. So I think that's funny. I mean, you can't really take it too seriously, obviously, but it's kind of like everyone's got a little compartmentalized movement. So mine is mothadelica, you know?
I think it's cute.
Well, I mean, I love, you know, Joy Division as much as, you know, the Kinks, as much as the 13th Floor Elevators, you know, so, and soul and, you know, early country and early rock and roll, you know, I mean, and electronic. I mean, it really, it goes, if you like music, you like music. Just ask Ricky, you know, Mamie. We're similar in like just taste. We just like, if it's good, you like it. And a lot of my friends are the same way. It's like there's all these people who want to compartmentalize scenes. Like, oh, you've got a reverb pedal. You're psychedelic now. It's like you're a shoegaze band. You're this, you're that. It's like I just like music, you know. I don't want to define what it is. I just know if I like it or I don't like it, you know. And that's all that I need to know. Do I feel it? Does it make me feel anything at all? Mm-hmm. You know, so that's how I gauge what it is. It's like I kind of want to remove myself from any scene. I just rather do my own thing, you know.
I feel the same way that you do about it in terms of the fact that I'm just eclectic. My motto is music. Good music has no boundaries. It's not limited by time. It's not limited by place. It's not limited by space.
Absolutely.
But I think the Mothadelic thing is so cute. You gotta be careful though, because you're gonna you just make sure you don't singe your little wings, okay? When you.
Of course.
Moving on to the last track that we played there, the Ikettes.
Yeah, Camel Walk. The Ikettes were essentially the kind of backing Ike and Tina Turner. You know, the first song, they backed her on "Full in Love," which is classic,
Great song.
And then they cut their own song called "I'm Blue," the Gong Gong song, which was a big hit for them. And then in about '64 they did the Camel Walk. You know, so.
Why'd you pick this one out of the choices there? What was that?
I wanted to include like something that represented sort of like the soul R&B side of things, and you know, and initially I also picked like, you know, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and I wanted to put on like, you know, Lightning Hopkins or like Magic Sam or just some blues, you know, like, well, just something that was not as obvious. And I think the Camel Walk is cool because it's like R&B but also soul, and it's got a really incredible rhythm section for '64. It's very sophisticated, kind of funky, and it just is. It's got a lot of feeling, and it's very energetic. And it really is just a great song. You know, like. Yeah, 64 through 66 featured people like Vanetta Fields and the Ikettes, who ended up singing on Exile on Main Street, which is one of the backing singers. There's a lot of history in rock and roll and soul, and I love Ike and Tina Turner, and I love the Ikettes. So
I know you have a big soul background. I mean, you're not just like a musician; you're a DJ.
Yeah.
You had a very successful night in Philly at the Barbary, I think it was.
Originally it was at Silk City. Well, originally it was at the Club Skyline in Philly that doesn't exist anymore. But I started out playing Soul 45s, you know, and there's like some great shops in Philly, like so you got to dig, and got inspired to just DJ soul, and you know, people like Diplo and the Roots, you know, they would come see me DJ and, you know, just be like, how does this crazy white kid know about all these soul records, you know? And
well, there's a myth in one of your interviews, or I don't know if it's a myth, but that your mom was working at Motown.
That's the story.
Is
as an intern.
You're from Philly. I thought they were based in Detroit.
They are. My dad, my father had a residency. He was a doctor, you know, before he left us.
And it says that you got your love of soul from her. Is that correct?
My love from soul from her, my love of dub music from my father, who would always listen to dub and like kind of cowboy tunes, you know, like my mom listened to soul. My dad listened to these weird dub reggae and cowboy music, and they both met in the middle with stuff like, you know, the Faces and the Kinks and the Stones, you know, I mean.
So they were like the Osmonds, a little bit of country and a little bit of rock and roll.
I guess if you got to put it that way,
a little bit
sure.
of soul and a little bit of cowboy.
Something like that, yeah.
You know, you got a wide range. I mean, I know you like, it's like you said, you like a lot of different things. And you've represented a lot of different sounds in the show, which is awesome. And I guess we should come to the conclusion part. Like, let's discuss the last track.
Last track is from a record called "And Don't the Kids Just Love It," released in '81 by the band The Television Personalities. The song is called "Diary of a Young Man."
And that's like from a mutual friend of ours. Joe Foster was in that was in that band.
I don't know him that well. I actually never met him in person, but I've met Ed Ball before, who had something to do with the television personalities, and Dan Tracy. All these cats were just had incredible taste, and similar to just doing their own thing. Like the Swell Maps were doing their own thing, and Sonic Youth is doing their own thing, and all these people are just doing their own thing, and the television personalities, to me, mix like a mix of mod and psychedelia, and what we might know as indie music, like a sound that's happening, in the last 10, 15 years.
I think it's very English, though. The singer, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, they were English, so they weren't putting on any airs. They just were what they were, and I think that it's really great. And there's something about this particular song that it's got a very familiar energy to it, and I don't know. It always moves me more than any other songs on this record. I mean, I love "Look Back in Anger." That's a great one too. Mm-hmm. But "Diary of a Young Man" just has an energy to it, and it's very melancholy and kind of, bittersweet. But I just love it. I don't know why. I just do, and I thought it'd be a nice way to end a show, especially a show that's broadcast from the United Kingdom.
It's a global show.
English folk will maybe understand the sentiment more than maybe we would over here.
But you know what? You're absolutely right. It is an absolutely beautiful song, and it's like the sunset to our show, like a perfect sunset.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a nice way to put it. My only other choice would have been "I Do Declare" by Epic Soundtracks, but I think that this is great too.
Well, you guys out there have been listening to Radio 23, ErrorFM, and Rock XS Radio. Thank you out there for tuning in, and I would like to thank my awesome guest. Thank you very much, Gregg Foreman, for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it. I think this is great. I love talking about music and playing records, so I appreciate your time and your show.
You're a natural.
Oh, come on. You say that to all the guests.
I got something different for each one.
I bet.
I drew the curtains and never did. I pick up my diary, but there's nothing to say. I went to see a friend, see how she'd been. But when I got there, she wouldn't eat. every window is a different